Hi, welcome to the Andrew Buckle book review of The Lost World of Football. Now, this is a nostalgia fest for me. Not a football fan particularly now. I mean, I don't mind watching an occasional game. But however, back in the 70s, when this book is mainly concentrating, I loved football. All the teams like Manchester City. I remember all these players, Ian Rush, all David Webb, all those players were just great. So this book is just a joy. It's got Sabutio, it's got all the programmes, all the various magazines, comics, everything that came out, all related to football, and I loved it. I had posters on the wall, that sort of stuff. Went to football, Maidstone United, my local club. Went to many a freezing game, many a very enjoyable game as well, where we'd lose 2 or 3-0, and you think, why was I there? But still, you go back for that sort of every week. So this one is by Derek Hammond and Gary Silke, and let's just go through it. 2013, and it's by Pitch Publishing Company. Had all the autographs as well. You used to get lots of clubs that would come down, and you have players come down and get their autographs. Got stacks and stacks of autographs of relatively famous people, like the England manager and things. They would turn up and you get the signature, and you think, yep, that's good. And also, you'd often be at various matches like that, and you'd be sitting there, standing there or whatever, on your own nearly. There were parts of that in Maidstone United where you had literally over the other side of the ground, you had a thing. Quite often no one would be there. Very few anyway. So occasionally it was nice to go there. You got all the various programmes and magazines that were associated. Obviously some foreign ones there. Sabutio, love that. Just would always, all the tickets, all the various Sabutio there. Here's to the First Division, where Stoke City. Now there's certain clubs I was never particularly into. Stoke City was one of them. But also I was more a Chelsea fan. And that sort of thing. There was a couple of other teams I really loved. Of course, my local team as well. And you got these. You got all the various clothes that people would wear to the matches, board. You got people's diaries. You got here the various cards and things. You got the various other things that were signed and some stuff. I must admit I have no knowledge of, but I love these ones. The programs. I had thousands of programs. Why I got rid of them, I don't know. It was one of those things I got rid of, pile of programmes, and you think, Charity Shield, Leeds United versus Liverpool, had that one. Sabutio, I had tons of Sabutio, but you can't keep everything, can you? So you got here. Also, I don't recall that ever happening, I must admit. It's possible. Don't remember that. No, I do remember that one. That was weird. All the various games and things. There were loads of sort of odd, sort of weird games. Caston, England squad soccer game ones, and other football ones here. Lots of statues and lots of other cards. This book is just full of. Now it's not so on one team. So if you're into like Aston Villa or you're into West Ham or you're into Chelsea, you're going to find something in this. Also like magazines, like the Goal magazine. I remember getting that quite regularly. I loved that magazine. Shoot, Scorch and Score, those sort of things. I Spy Football had that one as well. So there's all these sort of you've got programmes here, you've got all the various adverts and things that obviously were, for some weird reason, I guess all related to football, etc. I remember those as well. It's weird. I really never understood that. What were they? It's weird. You had these sort of heads. They brought out some odd stuff. I mean, the coins. I remember the coins, the Esso coins. You had these Esso coins. You collect them and things. I loved it, and they got them in here as well. Then you got all these other stickers and things. You'd always get these card packs and things, and we full of all these transfers and things. All bubble gum. I love it. You've got bubble gum there. You got Everton, Gordon West. I remember him. Bobby Dazzlers. Of course, all the signed things. I had so many autographs. I love, still got lots of autograph books. I love those. Long Hot Summers. I was Scorch and Score, obviously talking about probably 1976. Well, that period I spent. Long Hot Summers, just general. Long Hot Summers where you'd sort of sit there baking. And I loved going to the local ground and I would be painting stuff. I thoroughly enjoyed that, doing things that probably were not recommended. Actually, quite often you'd be climbing ladders and things and doing things and thinking, and often I was the only person doing it and I was only about 10. You're thinking, no, I don't think that was always the best idea. But no one worried about it. No one worried about those sort of things. People, and I didn't worry about it either. So my dad was there as well. But they'd go off for a couple of hours and they would come back and you'd painted half the ground by the time. Amber. I loved it. You got mobile football club badges. Oh, I remember having all those as well. Looking, don't remember much about Looking in terms of having all the football stuff. Very rarely. Oh, those. Not certain what this is all stuck in here, but how odd. There's some really weird, and these programs, you get a lot of these Chelsea ones, Chelsea versus loads. You could get these relatively cheap as well. They were next to nothing, these programs. They were just thrown away, millions of them. And I loved collecting those programs. Quiz ball, and also Shoot. I loved Shoot. You got the Shoot magazine there. You always had the little cards where you put the league tables. Don't know why I wasted my time doing all that sort of stuff, but that's the sort of thing you did. And lots of all like the shirts. And I never bought shirts. I must admit, I had one shirt. That was Maidstone United's, the amber and black. And I didn't even buy that because I found when we were cleaning up one time, we found this big sort of room. It was full of thousands of Maidstone United items. And it just literally was, I picked up so many things. I'll have that, and that. And all the like shirts, I'll have that as well. It was just stuck there. They've been stuck there for 25, 30 years, just dumped there. I dread to think anyway, what other things were as well. But again, you didn't worry about that sort of thing, just someone, and these sort of things. Oh, I remember doing that, something you guess where the football was. You sort of go on there and you got the, you put a cross or whatever. I don't know, well, we didn't, but I know I never got any Sabutio. I love Sabutio. And all the various bits and bobs. I had some of these things. I never got those. Spectators, I suppose actually the Queen, or some dignitary handing out the cup. Not that I ever won any of the Sabutio matches. We had a team where I would play with my school friends and we sort of had matches. I don't think I ever did very well in the Sabutio. I enjoyed it, but it was not one that And this one, Topical Times Football as well. You got all those books as well. So many brilliant matches in them. Hell's Fest. Not certain what that was about. Anyway, seasons 1951-52, Wolverhampton Wolves versus Real Madrid. Wow, that must have been a match. A bit like the Maidstone United versus Real Madrid. That probably never happened. Maybe it's one of the matches you imagine could have happened. Maidstone United versus Manchester United. Because we did have, Maidstone United had David Sadler, who was a big name, and he went up to play for Manchester United. So there were a few. We had Roy Hodgson, the England manager. I got all the autographs. I didn't get his. Weird. I had the 1971, 72, 73, all that period. I got all the Maidstone United players all signed. He played for Maidstone United. But I didn't get his autograph. He must have not turned up the day I just didn't thought of. Anyway, obviously he went on to be a bit more successful, became the England manager. However, what a superb, I love this book. It's absolutely a pleasure, a joy. As it says, a long soak in a warm bath of football nostalgia, and the other comments as well. It's just absolutely beautiful book. Totally recommend. If you're a football fan, and certainly a football fan of the period of the 1970s, got any sort of nostalgia, 1970s, this book is definitely recommended. And there must have been someone giving away lots of books of football, because there's been a pile of these books in my local shop. So, but you can't buy everything. As much as it would be lovely, but this one, when I saw it, I thought, brilliant. And definitely, what a joy to read all the way through. Lovely, lovely book.